What's up, everybody? Welcome to Surviving Rocklahoma. I am your host with the locks that rocks out of Richmond, and this is the official podcast of Rocklahoma as Surviving Rocklahoma, and we are so glad to have you here this Monday night for the final appearance of the locks that rocks, as after this weekend, these are going to be gone. We're going to be shaved bald, and then we'll grow back and go back to the way things were prior to 5-6 years ago when we first started growing them out, I believe in 2018. So, what a ride it has been. How's everybody doing? Just checking in here real quick. Let me know how I'm sounding there to all of you in the comments. I see several of you. Let's check in. Right, there you are. I see Lori Badass Brass in the comments. We've got an announcement. Speaking of Lori Brass, coming at you on behalf of ROK the Equinox. I also see my co-hostess with the most is Christy Gross in the comments. And the Christmas tree guy who has got some video clips for us. Loud and clear, they say in the comments. Sounds good. Thank you so much for that sound check, y'all. High and tight. That's what she said. Giggity. So, you know what? I think we've got a long show. You know, I've got an interview that I was able to procure thanks very much in part to the Rocklahoma bitches, and we were able to visit with Dameon Aranda of the band Aranda, who will be playing at the Canes Ballroom this weekend. And we're going to be bringing you that interview. We're also going to be bringing you some local rock music as well, as we will bring you a track from We Are Arya. And before we do all of that, I think it is time for us to go ahead and thank our sponsors. First up, we've got DEB Concerts, who answers the question, what do you want to do with your life? I want to rock! And Rocky will be doing this weekend as one of the sponsors of that Cancer Sucks event. Thank you so much, Doug, for everything you do for the local rock music scene. Remember, you can check them out, DEB Concerts, on Facebook, social media, and the website, debconcerts.com. Now, we also want to thank At Your Service Rentals, the only place I know of where you can get your own portable restroom for your campsite at a festival at Rocklahoma, born and raised, as well as your own swimming pool full of clean, cool water to keep you cool and help you beat the heat. Not something that we're thinking about today in the cold, but I tell you what, if you have an event or something going up and you need more facilities than what you've got to cater to the public and the masses and where to park their asses, well, I tell you what, don't be look like that guy over there. Buddy, what are you doing?
Dinner was full!
Yeah, I didn't call At Your Service Rentals. Now, speaking of the Cancer Sucks benefit this weekend, another one of the partners sponsors and sponsors of this podcast is the Rocklahoma bitches. But don't take it from me, take it for Dameon.
Rocklahoma bitches.
And we'll be joined by Dameon here a little bit. We also want to thank our partner, Photography by Angel Lee. Remember, folks, if you've been to Rocklahoma, you've experienced it, but you can relive those memories in crisp, high-definition detail, as Angel loves to catch those moments of all of us rock family. She's since joining up with us over 4 years ago, she's covered over 172 bands, and you can get glimpses of many of those bands by going to Photography by Angel Lee on Facebook, where she has many of those photos posted. Thank you so much, Angel, for everything you do. And I also want to give a special thank you to Angel for taking care of my daughter's senior photos this year. My daughter will be turning 19 this year, but she is a senior in high school. Oh my gosh, do they grow up fast. But she is following in my footsteps and pursuing a career in IT. And, my good friend and my favorite photographer, Angel, was happy to take on the task of capturing her photos this senior season. Now, if you need senior photos or something for your kiddos or your family portraits, be sure you give a shout out to Photography by Angel Lee. Now, we also want to, Angel, in addition to being a proud photographer, she is also a proud veteran. And our next sponsor is a charitable group that we've been working with for over 6 years, providing literally hundreds of passes to veterans and active service personnel who put their lives on the line for all of us so that we can have the life, liberty, and the pursuit of rock and roll. And Rockavet believes that music is medicine, and together we provide that medicine to our veterans in the way of concert and festival passes, as well as an amazing sense of community. Look them up on Facebook, Rockavet. They've got some huge bands, including locals and much more, dozens of bands that have been submitting to play their upcoming festival this Memorial Day 2026, and just wait till you see their lineup. Now, I also want to thank the Big Old Bus, a Gold Star family in our own. Shannon and the Big Old Bus has been bringing a busload of debauchery to Rocklahoma and festivals abroad. Make sure you keep, sorry, I had a pop up there. Make sure that you keep up with what's going on with the Big Old Bus. Look them up on social media. Now, speaking, we've talked a little bit about veterans. Another veteran-owned business that we are proud to call a sponsor is Metalcore Clothing, who's been providing our limited edition Tribal Skull t-shirts for us for the last couple of years. Remember, you can still get your Tribal Skull t-shirts. The link is in the description of this video. Now, we also want to thank Tannenbaum Graphics. Casey, aka the Christmas Tree Guy, has been helping us get the show looking a bit snazzy with some visual effects. So we want to thank Casey. Remember, folks, his services are for sale. So if you have some graphic design needs, holler at my man Casey and make sure you tell him that Surviving Rocklahoma sent you. Now, we also want to thank all of you folks. You folks are one of my favorite sponsors. We love our sponsors who help support the show, but you folks have been supporting this show for over 10 years by various means, including sending those stars. And I see you folks donating those stars. Thank you all so much. Remember, folks, we love to play a friendly game of the Stars Wars here on the show. And if you're asking yourself, what are these stars things? Well, those are little bits of cyber currency, as we can't really monetize the show due to us playing so much music. So this is a way to put a few bits in the tip jar. And to thank you, we take our top stars senders each and every week and we enter them in for a drawing. Now, we don't know what the drawing is just yet. We're still waiting on some tickets to come into our possession, but I do know we have a couple of events coming up that you guys are definitely going to want to attend. Definitely. Alrighty, folks. Now, with that being said, I think we get to our last sponsor. And, he's one of our favorites for many reasons, and not just because he's one of the sponsors and supporters of many campsite parties and projects such as this one and other things going on in the community. We gotta give a lot of love to the liquor daddy of Pryor, Oklahoma, and Pryor Liquor, Wines, and Spirits. Now, me, I drink all my beer, so you know what? I like to dip into the beer fridge, get me a little bit of my favorite liquor. This week I've got me some Apple Crown, and I'm just adding that into my drink a little bit. We'll do a little drinky poo. What are you guys imbibing on? Comment in the comments. We'd love to see what you guys are enjoying. All right, now as I get this ready. Alrighty, folks. I tell you what, it is time to go ahead and crack open this show. So if you're cracking open a cold one, or you're just cracking open a lighter, cheers, everybody. On behalf of Pryor Liquor, Wines, and Spirits, cheers. Oh my gosh. Apple Crown and that raspberry tea. Holy crap, that is good. I'm glad I got pre-recorded this interview. I'm going to be getting caught up with some of you folks tonight. I see in the comments Lori is in there. She says Fireball Apple is amazing. She's got an orange cream Coca-Cola. Badass Lori Brass don't need that liquor. She's drinking some coffee. My neighbor Tawny says clinky. Mr. Fireball is here. What up, buddy? Water and a side of melatonin. You rebel. Sweet tea. Alrighty, folks. Well, I tell you what, let's go ahead and get into the show. We got a big event going on this weekend that we've been alluding to, and I'm referring, of course, to the Cancer Sucks Benefit 19th Annual Cancer Sucks. Congratulations to everybody in that charity group. Y'all give it up. Yes. Rick Horton and all of his crew, we appreciate everything they do for this amazing cause that, I don't know of anyone that hasn't been impacted by cancer. And it is something that I think if we put our collective energies to, it's something that we can conquer, something that's been plaguing humanity ever since humanity came into existence. So we appreciate everything that they're doing. Now, you might be asking, who's playing? Well, I tell you what, here's your flyer. Cancer Sucks going on this weekend at the Canes Ballroom, featuring the original voice of Saliva, Josie Scott, with special guest Aranda. Now, I am so proud to announce that we've also got some local boys, some additional local boys, I should say, added to the lineup. Congratulations to our good friends in Circus and Coda Lewis. Once again, studio audience, congratulations, you guys. It's going to be an amazing event. We've got some locals opening up for Aranda out of Oklahoma City, and Josie Scott, who is celebrating in his new hometown here in Oklahoma. Now, I see Amber Posey in the comments, cancer survivor of 3 times. Oh my gosh, congratulations. That is awesome, amazing. Cheers to you, Amber. Cheers. We're also, in addition to the music going on this weekend, there's going to have some auctions. Now, they've got some amazing silent auctions going on there at the event. I remember last year, Rebel couldn't help but to get her hands on a couple. They are some of her prized possessions, and you guys can get your chance at some amazing memorabilia and other things that are up for grabs for amazing prices, and all of it is going to raise money for Cancer Sucks. Now, we have also, as we've been discussing for the last week, this is also going to be your opportunity to chop the locks. It is time. I've decided, I've been mulling it over for a while. It is time to go ahead and let the locks go. I've loved my long hair, but I think it's time to go back to the look I've known and loved my whole life. I've only had the hair since 2018, y'all. So this is your opportunity to be the barber and chop the locks that rocks. And to do this, I'm taking up some donations, and every $10 that you donate gets you an entry into winning the ability to join me on stage and cut my hair, and we're going to buzz it off. And I am keeping the hair, so don't get any ideas. I'm keeping my ponytail, but you guys get the honors of cutting it off and giving me a buzz. So you guys can shoot us an email to survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com, subject chop the locks, and let us know how that you would like to enter to win. Or if you can't make it, that is totally fine as well. We would still love to have your donation, as once again, all of this is for a good cause. It's to raise money to help combat cancer, and I'm doing this in honor of several of my family members who have a couple who have lost the fight, a couple who are still doing battle, and I've also got some dear friends that are also in that battle. And on a side note, I want to congratulate my newfound friend Jug, who found out this weekend that his cancer is in remission. That is amazing. Remember, folks, cancer is a devastating blow to any family, but there is always hope. And that's something my guest this evening talked a little bit about, as we were joined this afternoon by one of the bands that'll be playing this weekend. This is my interview with Dameon Aranda. I am your host with the locks that rocks out of Richmond, and this is the official podcast of Rocklahoma, Surviving Rocklahoma. But today we're discussing an event that's going to be taking place this weekend, Saturday, November 29th in Tulsa at the Cain's Ballroom. I'm talking about the 19th annual Cancer Sucks concert, featuring the original voice of Saliva, Josie Scott, and one of our guests, Dameon Aranda.
Nice. And you pronounced it correctly, and I love that. I love you for that.
I do my best, sir. Oklahoma education system, we do what we can.
Nice.
So, as I was saying, I appreciate you making time for me and sitting down with us ahead of this event. You and your brother have been a duo for decades, one of the longest lasting acts in rock, really. This is just what is the single unwritten rule that has kept Aranda as a partnership unbreakable across years of pressure, touring and literally living on top of one another?
Yeah, I mean, we're brothers, so we've been through everything together. Before we were doing music together, we were literally just surviving life. We grew up, our parents got divorced when I was 6. And my brother and I bounced around a little bit. We always had love in the family, but it was definitely difficult during the some of our childhood. And as we grew up, music kind of was the one thing that always bonded us together. And so we started harmonizing. I learned how to play guitar. He learned how to play piano. We started a band when I think I was 12 and a half, 13 years old. And we just always had a dream not to like make it, so to speak, but to always like we loved just playing music and singing together. There's always just something special when you can come and harmonize with your sibling, write songs. We were able to connect in a lot of ways, even in the songwriting process growing up. We learned how to write songs together. It was really special. And when we really started going for it in the sense of touring and doing all those things, we had gotten probably the part of our lives over with where we were trying to compete and try to, fight each other, do all that stuff. You know how brothers are. We're only 16 months apart. We're only 16 months apart. So, we were like any brothers that are that close, we're always fighting, but we loved each other dearly. And by the time we started really doing it, man, we just root for each other too, not only in music, but in life. And so that's really how the longevity stays. We just love each other.
That's beautiful, man. And, that's one thing that we celebrate here in the local music community. We call each other family. We think of each other as family. We don't always get along. We don't always particularly like each other, but at the end of the day, we got each other's back. We're always there to support each other. Can you give us a specific example or maybe a moment on the road, maybe in the first years or so, where that rule was tested and how you guys recovered without breaking up the band?
Again, it was probably something really stupid. I remember we were at a club. This was right before we started really, really touring, but we were doing the Oklahoma City and Tulsa music scene at that time. And, just like, we're like 18, 19 years old at the time, and we're doing our thing. And I think my brother had said something, and I think I like literally got up in his face and, while we were playing, because we were just upset about something. And that was probably, I know that sounds pretty light, but that was probably the extent of our just getting upset with each other. And I remember how like poorly that probably looked from out to people in the audience, in the stage. I just swore to myself, I was like, man, I will never, if I have a problem, we're taking it somewhere else. We're not going to do that. We're not going to air out our grievances in front of everybody. It's always going to be private. And so kind of learned a valuable lesson right there. And anyway, and 5 minutes later, I was like, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean that,
Well, and I doing this, I get to work with a lot of bands, and I notice how close they get. You're cooped up in that car, that van, you're smelling each other's feet and farts, and I always admire not only being able to maintain that healthy relationship with your sibling or your bandmates, but to also be able to do that for long and extended periods of time, day in and day out.
Yeah. I mean, what's funny about it is it's like, especially when you're doing that with your sibling, and we have, the band that we're out with now. I mean, we all do life together too. And so it's just great with our families and all those things. And so that's really fun. But, it's like when you're with your sibling, they think a lot the way like you do. They know past experiences that nobody else knows. They know all the inside jokes. There's just this closeness that you get that maybe sometimes you can't get other places.
I love that. Now you guys are local boys, starting from Oklahoma City. You guys had to build everything yourself, far from the coast where most of these things are centered. How much of that essential Midwest grit and necessity for self-reliance still dictates how you operate in as a Randa as a business today?
Yeah, I think we had to have a lot of grit and a lot of resilience coming up, because I feel like we almost like what people would call made it like 20 times before we actually really started making some headway. I mean, in this industry, you get promised things that just don't happen. I think we just learned really early, nobody's going to do you any favors. you have to go out and try to make it happen yourselves, and you have to remember why you got into this whole thing in the first place. And so that really was the grit. That really, because we always kind of had that mission statement of like, man, why do we do this? Well, we do this because we love this. We want to connect with our fans. We feel like we really have something to say, and we feel like we have a lot of past experiences that would, in our songwriting, would connect with people. And so we just kept that mentality all the time, and it still stands true today. And it's awesome because when we play, we always go out to the merch booth after, and we try to meet everybody that we can. We try to talk to people, and there's so many amazing stories about, one, how people might have found our music, how maybe a song was really important to them. And it's always, we love hearing it, because I think the closer we are to our fans and the closer we are to just this mission of connecting, we're gonna continue to want to keep doing it.
I dig that. And you said it, and that grit, that grind is something that, as a non-musician, as an observer and as a fan or fanatic, that's just something I've always admired, is the sacrifice that you guys have to stay the tunnel vision and never give up. And there's a lot of locked doors out there, but it's always about the one or two doors that not open up for you. And you mentioned also engaging with your fans. You guys have always maintained an incredible loyalty to the local scene. Why is that community bond, especially when it comes to supporting other local bands or community events, so critical to the Aranda identity?
Well, that's the thing. We love the community. We cut our teeth here in Oklahoma City, and so we know where we came from, and we appreciate all the people that, back in the day, even when we came out of high school. And I remember we would pack out these places with just the community that we considered everybody our friends at that point. I mean, they would pack these places, and the places we were playing were not huge places, but they were 250, 300, seat places that we would go in and pack out all the time. And it was all really because of just the bond we had. I don't think we just, we didn't know our fans, so to speak. We knew our fans. And when they'd come in, it was like it was almost like a family reunion, so to speak. And so Oklahoma City's always been like that for us. We love it. Early on, the Cat really supported us just hugely with our first few albums. And we still support them a lot too. And all the bands that are coming up right now, we keep an eye on all those people. And, we stay available, ready to help anybody or give anybody advice in that space, because we just love OKC.
I do. We want to give a huge shout out to Jay Ramone and Cameron and all of the folks from the Cat. They've always shown us a lot of love here at the podcast, especially on Radio Row at Rocklahoma. If we could change gears a little bit, I want to talk about the real reason that we're visiting today, and it's the Cancer Sucks event this weekend. This weekend you're playing the event. What is your personal connection to this cause, if you're okay with sharing that? And why is this particular show and fundraiser so important to the band right now?
Well, we've known Rick Horton for a long time, and we played quite a few Cancer Sucks concerts. And I remember the first time that he came to us and asked us to do this, it was an automatic yes. Our family has been affected by cancer. In fact, my uncle just passed away a couple of years ago from prostate cancer. And, cancer is one of those just crazy, crazy diseases that we don't have a cure for. And we're like, are we ever going to have a cure for it? We're all, and it's kind of like that human spirit. It's like, well, you know what? Maybe we don't have a cure now, but every dollar, everything that is raised on these concerts is just a very small contribution. But I think it's more of a symbol that cancer sucks. We're not going to lay down to it. We're going to keep fighting, and we're going to find a cure at some point.
I agree completely. As I lost my sister back in 22, and my father's currently waiting to see. So we right here, it
Sorry.
hits close to home in every way. With just I don't know of anybody whose life hasn't been impacted by some form of cancer. And that's, this is the great thing about the power of music, though. In a moment of heavy fundraising, how does the energy of a rock show, that shared powerful experience, translate into hope or support for people battling cancer? What role does that music play in this fight?
I think one, it's positivity, but think about it. It's like we're showing up. We're showing up for somebody. And I think when you show up for a cause, you're showing people that there is hope. You know what I mean? And more importantly, I think you're showing that we care, and I think as a community, we care. And not just because, my uncle passed away or we have, it's not because of that. I think this is more of a this is we're all in this together kind of mentality. And I think when you go to a rock show and you have energy and you have positivity and you have hope, I think you leave that place going, we're going to kick freaking cancer's butt.
I appreciate it. Do you have any memorable stories from an event playing this? As you mentioned, you've played several times.
Yeah. A few years ago, we played with Texas Hippie Coalition.
Yes.
Uh, man, I just remember a lot of people showed up for that. But I also remember I just love like those guys and the way that they came on stage, approached it. And, you know, I think some people think that, oh, when they're doing a fundraiser, maybe they're going to take it easy or it's going to be a little bit of a lighter kind of load. And I remember those guys played forever and they freaking, it was just a testament to, it's just like these guys came and they brought their best. And I think that's, we can all take heart and go, man, that's what you do, man. When you say yes to something like this, you bring your best. And man, Texas Hippie Coalition, they were so sick.
I agree. They are one of my favorites. I love seeing them every single time. Big shout out to Big Dad Rich. Um, you know, if you could share one message or an anecdote with the survivors, fighters, or families in the audience this weekend, what would it be?
Ooh, man. Uh, it really is crazy because, you know, um, there's so many people with cancer now.
Mhm.
It's becoming just so much more prevalent in the world today and in the United States and here even in Oklahoma. I would just say, man, don't give up, and don't be afraid to ask for support. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to connect. Don't be afraid. It's like, know that people are with you. Know that people are thinking about you. You are not alone. You are not alone. And if that just does something for somebody's spirit, I know we're doing this because we want people to know that they're not alone. And I mean, truly, that's the whole spirit of it.
Love it. Changing gears once again, let's talk a bit about the music, the what's driving Aranda today. You've survived so much. What new emotion, energy, or story does this latest track bring to the table that you haven't shared with us yet?
It's funny. This song that we're about to release, which actually releases the day before the concert, it's a song called "You Don't Want to Know," and it's from our new album that'll be coming up here in the next few months. And the name of the record's called "Are You Not Entertained?" And the whole premise of the song "You Don't Want to Know" is really, man, I've done. I don't know. I think people can relate with this, but just I'm not perfect. Um, in fact, I've probably done things that I'm pretty ashamed of in my life. And this song is basically trying to push somebody away and wondering why this person still loves me, still wants to hang around me after all they know about me. and and man, I think there really is something in that. And you see it. It's like it's basically at the end of the day, it's about a person that is like hurting, broken, but then you have the person that is right there with you with unconditional love. And so you're telling this person to run away and this person is staying. And I just think I think it's really cool.
I mean, that sounds like the makings of any like the long lasting relationships, whether it be a long marriage or a happy, brothership between two brothers in a band or just a band in general. Your music,
Yeah.
you mentioned, Are You Not Entertained? And your music is the definitive soundtrack for high tech sport or high octane sports when you listen to it. When did you realize that commercial appeal was becoming significant and a reliable pillar of your success? What did you change? How did you viewed your own songs?
Well, the cool thing about it is it came very natural for us. We didn't really push it. We just kind of were what we were. And then we had a few songs on our first album that really kind of pushed the commercial appeal, like you said.
Yeah.
And then, we had a song called Why You Want to Bring Me Down, which was, like a big wrestling anthem and like it was just, it did well for us. It was great on radio, all those things, and really afforded us to be able to go out on tour with like really big acts like Hailstorm and Shinedown and Daughtry and Three Doors Down and all these bands that we had, a year before we would never be able to get out and go on the road with those guys, right? And then a year later with some of this, so we did see the value of that commercial part, but we don't. It's funny the way we write now. We just try to connect. It's not really we try our best to not really be a slave to maybe a formulaic kind of thing, but more of a heart thing. And so whatever our heart's telling us to write, what to do, we kind of follow that instead of trends. We just don't really follow those. We just never have been trying to do that. And it's probably hampered us in some ways, but it also maybe endeared us in others.
I came out of the 90s and I absolutely love a lot of the pop culture from the 90s, but a lot didn't age well. So keeping with those trends can come back and bite you.
Yes.
Now, speaking of, the past, tell me a little bit, what's next on the horizon for Aranda? We talked a little bit about your single that you're releasing this week, but what's on the long-term goal right now?
We took a break around 2000, let's say 17, 2018. And then when COVID hit in 2020, we had kind of a rebirth with just falling in love with like the band and the music and again the part we love, the connection piece. So we fell in love with that again, and we've really kind of started just going full blast again. I didn't think we ever would go full blast again, but 2026 we have positioned ourselves to really hit touring hard. We're going back to radio for the first time in years, and just overall just going to be really, really active. So for 2026, at least, you're going to see a lot of Aranda.
That's awesome, man. And I can't wait to see it as well. I know you've got a lot of stuff going on, and I appreciate you making time and giving us a peek into what's going on behind Aranda. Anytime we have a guest on, before we close things down, I like to give everybody a chance just to look directly at the camera and talk to their fans, their audience, the folks they're going to see this weekend at Cancer Sucks 19th annual event, as well as those who's going to be subscribing to the new Aranda track.
I would just say to everybody out there, thank you for just so many amazing years of just supporting us. Again, I don't want it to sound cliche at all, but it does. It means everything to us. And the reason that we're still here and we're still going and we're still making music isn't because of us, but it's because of you. And so we want to say just thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And we love you guys. Can't wait to see you guys, not only in Tulsa, but at a ton of shows in 2026. Love you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you again, Dameon, and we appreciate your time. For Aranda, I am your host with the Locks That Rocks, Adam Richmond. This is the official podcast of Rocklahoma. And until next time, stay on the positive side of life, and as always, rock on. And that was our interview with Dameon Aranda. Thank you so much, Dameon, for joining us. It was an absolute honor to visit with Dameon, somebody that I've heard on the radio for years and years. Now, I've seen in the comments a lot of folks asking a bit about how to make it to this event. Well, look them up on Facebook, 19th Annual Cancer Sucks, and there is a link. I also dropped the link in the comments, but you can get your tickets now and use the code ROKB. Thank you to the Rocklahoma bitches, ROKB, to get yourself a little discount while you're at it. Now, with that being said, let's give you a little taste of who you're going to be seeing this weekend ahead of their debut of their upcoming single. But for now, here is Aranda with The Light and Dark.
Wake me up from the misery, a devil in my sleep tonight. This cold heart dies with the memory of a past life. Made my own demise, but that's no surprise to me. I'm caught between the light and dark. This life is tearing me apart. The giving feels like it never ends. But how could I ever deny? I still believe that hope is rising up again, just like it never ends. Break me down with your sympathy, keep pushing me to the edge. Day turns night to the enemy, and it all begins again. I put on my best disguise, read between the lines. Now I know. I'm caught between the light and dark. This life is tearing me apart. The giving feels like it never ends. But how could I ever deny? I still believe that hope is rising up again, just like it never ends, just like it never ends. Show me the way. Remind me where to go, 'cause the broken heart that lies within is all I've ever known. It's all I've ever
And that was Light and Dark by Aranda. Studio audience, yes, give them a round round of applause, y'all. Give them the likes, give them the love, share the love. You can see them this weekend, Saturday, at the Cancer Sucks benefit. You can also get your tickets right now. Use the discount code ROKB to get you a discount. You can also donate to our fundraising effort as we raise money to kick in, and you can get your chance to chop the locks that rocks. One lucky winner is going to get the honor of cutting my braid. And as we go back to the short hair, I've had it long enough for long enough. So you might be asking yourself, how do I enter to manage that man mane? Well, email survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com and let us know how much you would like to donate to the cause. All proceeds, 100%, every single penny is going to be donated to Cancer Sucks, and we will announce the winner on Friday. That way everybody knows the plan, and they'll pull us up on stage at one point in the night, and we will get this done. And no, you don't get to keep the hair. Looks like our Rocklahoma Bitches says in the comments, use ROKB when you buy your tickets for a BOGO discount. Buy one, get one. Are you nervous? You nervous to have it cut? No, I'm not nervous. I mean, I've been growing this out since 2018. To be honest with you, I'm kind of glad to get rid of it. I had thought I had always planned on cutting it and donating the hair to Locks of Love. I originally started growing it out when my sister got cancer, breast cancer, in 2018, and she had to undergo chemotherapy. And so I shaved my head in solidarity with her, and I haven't cut it since. And that was 2018. It's 2025 now. It's long. It's hot. I don't ever wear it down. And to be honest with you, as your resident cyborg to die for, the hair is not very compatible with my magnet. So it always knocks my implant off. So that gets pretty frustrating too. So I think it's ready just to have something more manageable. And I got the Mayhem Mobile fixed, so this long hair is not very compatible with a convertible. Alrighty, so yes, you can get your chance to do the deed, or if you can't make it and you just want to kick in, we would happily take your donations as well. Once again, survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. We accept Cash App, PayPal, and we can provide you with a receipt so you can get that tax deduction. So with that being said, y'all, I think it is time for us to go ahead and move on to the next. Once again, that was Aranda, The Light and Dark. Their new single comes out this week, and we want to congratulate the announcement from some of our friends, up-and-comers, Circus, as well as Coda Lewis. Now, Circus may sound awfully familiar, as that is one of the bands that we played just last week. And I tell you what, we have some new bands that have been added to the upcoming Save the Equinox initiative, as there has been a bit of an announcement in terms of our favorite festival, ROK the Equinox, that takes place at the end of September every year. That they just celebrated their 10th year this year. Now, that up until now, this has been a free event. And as the event gets bigger, as the crowds get bigger, that means there's more facilities. So they have decided to launch a fundraising event that will take place on 6/6/26. And you know what? Here is your announcement. Thank you so much to Tannenbaum Graphics for putting this together. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lineup for the upcoming Keep the Nox Free event.
On June 6th, 2026, at the Shrine venue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Come to the Keep the Nox fundraiser concert featuring Stanley's Revenge. We are Arya. Cover Still, 7-Foot Monkey, and Storage 24. Hosted by Adam Richmond. Let's keep the Nox free, and let's keep the music alive.
It's live and in color. Woo!
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, join us. What is that? June 6th of 2026. It will be Storage 24 along with We Are Arya, Stanley's Revenge, 7-Foot Monkey, and Copper Steel. We are so excited to be invited to host the event. So join us, join me, as we are going to be keeping the Nox free. And I thank you so much to the ROK the Nox committee for inviting me to host this event. It is an absolute honor. I love the event. I love the group. And I totally believe in what you guys do there in Stigler, Oklahoma. Lori says limited edition t-shirts will go live at 10 tonight. Lori said Stanley's Revenge is from Pryor. Way to go, Lori. We put you, oh, now, you know what? Speaking of, now, in honor, in spirit of this momentous occasion of announcing the lineup, they have also been putting out some hints, some tidbits, some clues to who is going to be on the actual lineup. And congratulations to Lori Reed Laughlin for winning that contest. I found out a little bit earlier, and it looks like I have got the okay to announce that Lori has won the the lineup contest. She got the closest one, so congratulations, Lori. Let's see what else she's going to be getting. Lori will be getting the VIP treatment at the event, including 4 tickets to Keep the Nox Free event, VIP access, a reserved table, and a swag bag. Congratulations, and thank you to Lori Badass Brass for keeping us as your contact point for the Rock the Equinox and everything you guys do. That's Keep the Nox Free 6/6/26 at the venue Shrine, hosted by Surviving Rocklahoma. You know what? I think we need some more music. What do you guys think? And I say, let's give you a taste of one of those bands that you're going to be experiencing at that event. Ladies and gentlemen, this is We Are Arya with Lonely. Well, I thought it was. Give me Give me 1 second. I'm going to get that fixed. Hey, Tannenbaum Graphics, you got something just for this. Only me. Only me. All right, we got those. Get those gremlins every now and then. As soon as I can get back, we are going to play that video. Give me 1 moment, y'all. There it is. There's my feature. Good Lord, Adam, you're supposed to test this stuff before you get it done. But yes, we're so proud to introduce. We are Arya at ROK the Equinox last year, and they did an amazing job at that event, and we are so excited to feature this video for you just as soon as I get it all queued up. Almost there, y'all. Let's try this again one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, we are Arya.
I should walk away. I could leave this all alone, but in another way, have my heart without a home. And I know where you've been, and I know the things you did, and I know, and I know, and I know I've gotta move forward. Nobody else me, I'd rather be lonely. You've taken everything I own. Whether I'm broken, mine is open, more than I am today. So now I'm asking questions and I need the answers. Fuck your opinions. What did I do? How could you break me? Expect me to take this? Think that I'd fake it? Well, here's the truth. I don't need this. I'll go with or without you. Nobody wants me, I'd rather be lonely. You've taken everything I own. Whether I'm broken, mine is open, more than I am today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are Arya. Absolutely love them. Yes, they were awesome last year at ROK the Equinox number 10, and they are going to set that stage on fire once again as we raise funds to save the Nox at the Keep the Nox free event at the Shrine June 6th of 2026. We'll be hosting. We hope to see everyone there. Lori says she will have tickets in hand this weekend, and we'll be able to get those tickets to you. Go ahead and contact Lori Badass Brass for more information, or just, I tell you what, best thing to do is just follow ROK the Equinox on Facebook, and then you can stay in the loop. You know what? Speaking of staying in the loop, we like to devote a couple of minutes every week to the ROK Report as we tell you a little bit about what's happening in the upcoming weeks for those of you who want to get you some live music. As we've been talking about all episode, it's the Cancer Sucks show this weekend. We will be there. You do have the chance to cut my hair, and you can get those tickets by emailing survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. Now, we also, in the next couple of weeks, we've got Perseus coming up with Cresthaven, December 5th at the Vanguard. That is definitely a show you're going to want to see, especially if you love that heavy headbanging stuff. I tell you, that is definitely a show you're going to want to see. I'm going to do my best to make it there. Now, we've also got a bit of an announcement as we have another show that we have been honored to be invited to host, and we said hell yes. We mentioned earlier that you're going to be able to see Circus this weekend, as they are one of the local opening bands for the Cancer Sucks benefit. Well, you in January 24th, they are going to be having their album release party at the Bowman Twin Event Center, and I'm going to be hosting that one too. So I tell you what, look them up on Facebook. I'll share the event on the Facebook page, January 24th. Get your butts down to the Bowman Twin Event Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I tell you what, it's an all-ages show. So you can bring the little mini moshers as well. It can be a family show. So bring the whole family down, and we are going to rock out to Circus. Also in supporting will be Crimson Love, Still Not, 19 Never, and Stanley's Revenge. Y'all, this is going to be a hell of a show. And I tell you, I absolutely love the Bowman Twin Event Center. The parking could not be better. It's a big open layout, lots of potential. We hope to see everyone there Saturday, January 24th at the Bowman Twin. It's the album release party for Circus, featuring Crimson Love, Still Not, 19 Never, and Stanley's Revenge. It's going to be an absolute awesome show, y'all. So, we are running a little over time. So we before we sign off, we do like to just take a moment to look at y'all in the eye and say, thank you. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Thank you for tuning in and watching us on the live stream and bearing with the gremlins when they pop up. Remember, folks, we want you to be part of the show, and the best way to do that is to rock the box. Bands, if you want to be featured here on the show, send us your EPK, your demos. Let us know what your upcoming gigs are so we can throw you on the ROK Report. Rock the box, survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. Now, it's not just about the bands, y'all. The ROK Box is about the fans, the community as well, especially our veterans, our servicemen. We would love to see your uniform photos so that we can honor your service. Remember, veterans, show us your war face by submitting your photo to the ROK box. Also, fans as well, we would love to see your pics, your videos, your highlights, hear your reviews, or just give me a report on an amazing show that you caught lately. We would love to feature your story on the Facebook page or on the website survivingrocklahoma.com. Thanks to you folks, we reached over 167,000 organic reach in the last couple of months, and it is through your support that we keep this show going. So thank you all for everything you do for us. Remember, hit that like and subscribe button. And for those of you on Facebook, remember you can subscribe to the show, $4.99, subscribe anytime. Before we go any farther, it's something I can't believe I forgot to do this. I think we need to give away some tickets. What do you all think? It's Cancer Sucks is this weekend. We need to get a couple of passes away. In the comments right now, drop the hashtag Cancer Sucks. Hashtag Cancer Sucks. We're going to generate a number. Hold on. One. Between, drum roll please. All right, let's see, you guys, while I am waiting for the chat to start coming through. There is a little bit of a delay when you go live on these things. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors. First up is DEB Concerts, who answers the question, what do you want to do with your life? I want to rock! And rock he will be doing, and he is supporting this event this weekend along with our
Rocklahoma bitches.
And I tell you, a couple of folks that are going to be joining us this weekend. Let's see. I see 1, 2. Congratulations, Katie Beck, the wife of the OG map maker himself. Congratulations, Katie. You will be joining us this weekend for Cancer Sucks. We appreciate you guys so freaking much, and for everything that you guys have been doing. And I see a lot of entries. I see a ton of entries in the comments. So I tell you what, stay tuned. I'm going to give you another opportunity to win. I'm going to give somebody the opportunity to win right now. Well, right after a word from this sponsor. Remember, folks, you can get your own portable restroom at Rocklahoma Born and Raised by calling At Your Service Rentals. The Brett and the Pooh crew are committed to making your festival experience that much better, so that you can squat in confidence and not have to be looking for a place to go poo. And I tell you what, you can even get you a swimming pool with cool, clean water to help you beat the heat that Labor Day weekend and a couple weeks later. You can also get any of the portable facilities you need for any kind of event by going to AYS Rentals. Don't be like that guy looking for a place to go number 2.
Dinner was full!
That's right. He didn't call At Your Service Rentals. Another sponsor that we would love to thank is our proud partner, Photography by Angel Lee. She has been our trusted photography for over 4 years now, covering over 170 bands, and being also several of our local festivals as well. We absolutely love our photographer, Rebel Angel, a proud veteran-owned business. We also want to thank the Big O Bus for bringing a busload of debauchery to an event near you. Not just Rocklahoma or Rock the Equinox, but they got some other things cooking as well. Make sure that you check them out on Facebook. That is the Big Old Bus. We've talked a bit about veterans today. Let's not forget our charitable group, ROK Vet. We've been working with them for over 6 years. All of those folks believe that music is medicine, as they combat the statistic of 22 a day. And they believe that music is medicine, and we love to help facilitate them getting that medicine to our veterans. Thank you so much to everybody involved with ROK Vet. Another veteran-owned business is Metalcore Clothing, the folks who produce our limited edition Skull t-shirts, and you can get your own limited edition Tribal Skull t-shirt by visiting the Metalcore Clothing link in the description of this video. And last but not least, Prior Liquor, Wines, and Spirits. But before we do that, I think let's go ahead and give away another set of passes. Now, this one I'm going to make you work for. All right? I see some folks still with us. If you haven't already, share the live stream, like the Facebook page, and drop the hashtag Chop the Locks. Hashtag Chop the Locks, as we will be chopping the locks that rocks this weekend. And I'm a little nervous about it. I just don't, I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm ready to get this off. It is so hot. Let's see what we got here in the comments real quick. Pictures as we're waiting on those entries to flood in. Once again, it's hashtag Chop the Locks for a chance for your entry to win 2 passes to the upcoming Cancer Sucks benefit. Let me draw another number. All right, here we go. We've got our first entries. Let's give me 1 second. We're making sure everybody is valid. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, honestly, this couldn't be more perfect. I could, let me show you. I've got a number generator, and just showing you guys, I couldn't plan this any more better. But yeah, you're number 9, and congratulations, Sarah Fields, and you and Jog are going to be joining me this weekend, and on the eve of your great announcement. And I am so glad that I was able to give one of these passes away to somebody who has shared with me their cancer story. So the fact that you two managed to win totally randomly passes to this event, that my heart could not get any more full. Congratulations, Sarah and Jog. I am so excited that you're going to be joining me this weekend. And congratulations, studio audience, give it up. That is awesome. You know, that's the way it works around here. I'm a firm believer in karma, folks, and I believe that if you put good out into this world, good will come back to you. And yes, we listen to some aggressive music. Yes, we love to party. We love to get crazy. But as we do all of those things, you find you form relationships and friendships that last the test of time, and you show up for each other. And as Dameon was saying, that's something that you can't find anywhere else except for family. And we have such an amazing family here in the local community scene, and I want to see each and every one of you guys show up and show out for the Cancer Sucks event this weekend. Remember, folks, if you would like to join me in donating to the cause, you can email survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. Subject, chop the locks. If you'd like to donate, we can accept Cash App or PayPal. If you would like to your donation to go towards entries to cutting the hair, chopping the locks that rocks, every $10 will carry an entry into that contest, and we've already got a handful of people that are vying for the ability to manicure the man mane. So with that being said, folks, I can't wait to see you all this weekend. We will announce the barber Friday. We will announce who wins that contest. So until then, folks, stay on the positive side of life, and as always, rock on.